9 common biases that negatively impact relationships. Debunking myths. Building healthy relationships the right way. Welcome to today's program. Have you ever felt trapped by outdated expectations or beliefs about love and relationships? The truth is, the standards society often glorifies can sometimes be the root of behaviors that are unhelpful or even toxic to our emotional connections. Before diving into the details, let's outline the key points we'll cover. First, childhood experiences and societal influences play a significant role in shaping biases about relationships. Second, these biases make it harder to build healthy, fulfilling relationships. And finally, the most critical step is recognizing unhealthy behaviors and working together to nurture our love. Let's explore this further. The origins of relationship biases. So, where do these biases come from? What shapes these skewed perspectives within us? Cultural and societal influences often play a dominant role in forming and sustaining unhealthy behaviors in relationships. Beyond that, several other factors contribute to these patterns. First, deeply rooted stereotypes, such as traditional power structures, long-standing inequalities, or discrimination, subtly create unrealistic or even oppressive expectations, distorting how we view relationships. Next, our personal experiences, from family dynamics and friendships to observations of those around us, significantly shape these beliefs. If we grow up in an environment where toxic relationship patterns are normalized, we're likely to carry similar expectations into our own relationships. And, of course, cultural norms are undeniable. Traditions and community values strongly influence our attitudes and behaviors in relationships. Sometimes, these outdated norms persist, placing pressure on individuals. 9 common myths that make relationships toxic. Now that we understand the origins of these biases, let's identify 9 widespread myths that society often normalizes but can secretly sabotage your happiness. These biases create unrealistic expectations, making it harder to build healthy relationships. They act like invisible molds, forcing others into rigid roles, stripping away the natural ease and comfort relationships should have. Remember, a truly healthy relationship isn't about control, it's a space where both partners find comfort, support, and encouragement. It's a place to grow, respect each other, and avoid limitations based on personal desires or assumptions. Let's start with the first myth. 1. Only opposite-sex relationships are normal. Is a relationship only normal if it's between a man and a woman? Professor Tara Sawinyata-Chaiporn from California State University, Fullerton, points out that society often assumes opposite-sex relationships are the default. The consequence? Same-sex relationships may be seen as abnormal, less valid, or even toxic. This not only causes mental health issues and relationship challenges but also leads to stigma and exclusion for the LGBTQIA+ community. It can even pressure some individuals to conform to traditional, male, or female, roles in same-sex relationships, perpetuating outdated gender norms. 2. On-again, off-again relationships are passionate and exciting. Are you familiar with the cinematic trope of couples breaking up and getting back together, overcoming dramatic obstacles? It sounds romantic and intense, right? In reality, these on-again, off-again relationships rarely lead to true satisfaction. The initial thrill, the belief that this time will be different, or the hope of changing a partner often spirals into a toxic cycle when expectations go unmet. This emotional roller coaster increases endorphin levels, tricking our brains into thinking this unhealthy pattern is desirable. 3. Control equals love. Another dangerous myth. Is control a sign of love? This harmful belief can lead to unhealthy, even dangerous relationships. It subtly redefines jealousy as care, control as commitment, and manipulation as love. Behaviors like constantly tracking a partner's whereabouts, controlling their appearance or actions, or isolating them from friends and family are signs of control. These not only erode personal autonomy but can escalate into verbal, emotional, or physical abuse. Allowing control also increases risks of depression and anxiety. Healthy relationships are built on trust, independence, and mutual support, encouraging each other's growth. 4. Women must bear the full burden of family care. A persistent traditional bias is that women are born to care for children, husbands, and extended families. Sadly, these invisible tasks often go unrecognized, especially by partners. Over time, this leads to burnout and emotional harm, leaving women feeling isolated and hindering their personal growth and happiness. This unfair stereotype not only burdens women but also undervalues men's potential to be nurturing caregivers. 5. Men always want sex more than women. The notion that men have higher sexual desires than women can cause significant issues and pain. It fuels false beliefs about gender and sexuality. For example, a man who doesn't want frequent sex may be labeled unmanly, while a woman who takes initiative in intimacy may feel shame or judgment. This bias pressures both genders to conform to rigid stereotypes, leading to resentment, unrealistic expectations, misunderstandings, and even breakups. In reality, both men and women have diverse sexual desires and preferences. Reducing desire to biological sex oversimplifies human complexity. 6. Everything in a relationship must be 50-50. While unbalanced effort in a relationship is unhealthy, rigidly demanding a 50-50 split can also be harmful. Think of a relationship like a recipe. Not every dish needs the same ingredients. Insisting on absolute equality can create unrealistic expectations. Each person brings unique strengths. Instead of splitting everything evenly, focus on contributing your best to nurture the relationship. During tough times, flexibility, understanding, and teamwork matter most. 7. Women should forgive men's infidelity, but not vice versa. Another common and unfair stereotype. Women are expected to forgive a partner's infidelity, while men aren't held to the same standard. Rebuilding trust after betrayal is incredibly challenging. Research shows forgiveness depends on individual traits, accountability, and change. Sometimes, forgiveness isn't possible. Media often subtly promotes the idea that women should accept men's unfaithfulness, reinforcing unhealthy patterns and undermining women's autonomy in relationship decisions. 8. Couples must always share a bed. Sleeping together every night is often seen as a necessary sign of intimacy and a healthy relationship. While sharing a bed has benefits, it's not for everyone. Choosing separate beds or rooms doesn't mean a lack of romance, care, or commitment. Valid reasons, like differing sleep habits, conflicting schedules, health issues, or discomfort with co-sleeping, support this choice. 9. Deciding what's normal and healthy for you. So, amidst societal biases and expectations, how do we determine what's truly normal and healthy for our relationships? First, recognize that societal expectations can pressure us to conform to certain molds. But they don't suit everyone. There's no universal formula for a healthy relationship. Even the happiest couples make mistakes. However, no one should tolerate abusive behavior. To find what works for your relationship, try these steps. Reflect on your true desires and values. Openly discuss expectations with your partner and what matters to each of you. Actively learn and work together to build a healthy relationship. Recognize how biases can harm your happiness. Trust your instincts and do what feels right. Regularly share your feelings with your partner and seek support when needed. If societal biases are negatively affecting your relationship, don't hesitate to seek help from qualified therapists. Reflect together. Identify healthy and unhealthy patterns. and commit to growth. That's the key to building a lasting, fulfilling relationship. Thank you for listening.